Katowice is a heart of the biggest in Poland metropolitan area with a population of over 2 million. A city in southern Poland has one of best net of roads in the country. In the area, there is an intersection of motorway A1 and A4, which enables comfortable traveling to the Baltic Sea, to the south of Europe, and to the eastern and western parts of the continent. The drogowa trasa średnicowa, which can be translated as diametral highway or central orbital highway, runs through the center of Katowice and provides access to the most important cities of the metropolitan area. A thick network of railways gives the possibility of a quick and comfortable journey to European capital cities such as Prague, Vienna, Budapest, and Berlin. The most modern in Poland main line of the railway gives us the connection with Warsaw and enables traveling at a speed of over 200 kilometers per hour. The Katowice International Airport is one of the biggest and the fastest developing ones in the country. What is more, within 100 kilometers there are 2 more international airports, in Krakow and Ostrava. Katowice is a great economic center, which is historically connected with coal mining and heavy engineering. The city has started to change its economic profile for the last few years, so an intensive development in centers of business service, the banking sector, and in the industry of new technologies can be observed. In Katowice, there are branches of the companies such as IBM, Mentor Graphics, Rockwell Automation, and Yamazaki Mazak. A great education offer is a big advantage of the city. Local high schools with the University of Silesia, University of Economics, and Silesian University of Technology educate the specialists who are necessary in the labor market. Every year, European Economic Congress is organized here, which is one of the biggest events of this type in Europe. What is more, many congresses, meetings, and conferences take place in Katowice. The branch certainly will have been developed in the next few years, thanks to opening the International Congress Center in spring of 2015. The International Congress Center is a part of Culture Zone. In the former coal mine, there are built monumental objects, including the International Congress Center, a futuristic seat of Silesian Museum, and the concert room of Polish National Radio Symphony Orchestra. In the design of the concert hall took part famous Japanese specialists from the consultancy firm Nagata Acoustics. In the zone you can also see Spodek, which can be translated as saucer, sport and show arena which was built over 40 years ago. Spodek is an architectural icon of Katowice. The building with the unique construction, recognized thanks to a characteristic cosmic shape, is really popular, especially among fans of music and sport. In September 2014, the finals of Volleyball Men's World Championship will be held there. There are also organized basketball, hockey, and tennis competitions, and for the last few years, Electronic Sports World Cup as well. Katowice is full of greenery. Forests are about 40% of the area of the city. The most valuable parts are protected in 2 forest preserves. A few kilometers from the city center, there is Silesian Park, which is one of the largest urban parks in the world. It is twice the size of Central Park in New York City. Dolina Trzech Stawów, the Valley of 3 Ponds, with its tracks for cyclists, rollers, and runners, is a favorite site of recreation for the inhabitants of Katowice. Every year, popular music events like OFF Festival are held there. Katowice is a city with rich music culture. Outstanding Polish composers, Wojciech Kilar and Mikołaj Górecki, lived and worked here. Members of the Philharmonic Orchestra in Katowice are highly reputable in the whole country. Every year, Rawa Blues Festival attracts fans of the blues from the whole Europe. Tauron, New Music Festival presenting alternative electronic sounds, was awarded 2 times in the last few years in category Best Small European Festival. Katowice, in spite of being a young city, which is 150 years old, has a lot of monuments and interesting architecture. In the city center, there are many tenement buildings from the 19th century and original buildings in modernistic style from the 1920s and 1930s. What is more, in the city, one of the first in this part of Europe skyscrapers was built in 1934. Katowice and Katowice, two listed housing estates for workmen, were built at the beginning of the 20th century, and they are pride of Katowice. Their unique architecture is very attractive to more and more tourists. Moreover, it has inspired painters and filmmakers many times. For the last few years, efforts have been made to include Katowice and Katowice in the UNESCO World Heritage List.